guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the next update for my project polish. I do have 5 polishes to talk about like every single month, and before we jump into any of those, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. But let's just jump into the polishes. So I do have my nail polish swatch wheel right here, and I always go through kind of in the order that I have them on here. So the first one that I have to talk about is this one right here, which is also actually what I'm wearing on my nails today. And this is a shade that I have from Essie, and it is in the shade Stardust, which is this kind of mauve toned pink kind of metallic shade. I quite like this. It's been in since the start of the project, and my goal with this for the last month was to be able to make kind of like a significant line, because in the past month prior the line was very small, like the difference was very small. So this right here is where I am with this product today. So you can definitely see I was able to make more progress this past month than I did the month prior. So I would say that I was able to hit that goal. I probably could have used this more, but I am a little bit fed up with this color. So getting this much progress is still good, because that means that I can hopefully move this out in the next 2 months. Next up we have the one that is right here, and it's actually another one from Essie, and this is the shade Ballet Slippers. And with this one my goal was to finish it, and I'm very happy to report back that I was able to do so. So that is where I was last month, and I have finished it. As you can see, there is a very slight amount left on the bottom, but honestly that is mainly just because there are mixing balls in there, because it's not enough to paint your nails with. I painted, I think last time I wore this, I wore like 5 layers of it, because since it's such a sheer shade, it just, you can build it up and it doesn't really become opaque. So 5 layers was still fine, and it took quite a while to dry, but it did dry and it was really beautiful, and that is the way I used it up. I did use it more than that this past month, but so that isn't just 5 layers. I think I used this 2 other times as well, but I'm really happy to have this finished, and I did actually start liking this quite a lot when I rolled this in. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like using this, and like I was kind of debating if I should use it as a base coat, but I actually fell in love with this color, and I love pairing this with glitters. So I did it quite a lot, both with the glitter that was in here before that I finished up last update, as well as the glitter that is in here now. So I really like that, and I'm actually a little bit sad now that this is gone, but it is another nail polish leaving my collection. And I will show you the replacement of that polish at the end of this video. So speaking of the glitter that's in this project, we have it right here. This is one that comes from H&M, and it is one of their nail polishes in the shade Prismatic. And this is what it looks like. It's just like a really kind of, it's just a clear base with kind of scattered glitter effect, and it has both small and large glitters in it. And if you look at my progress right here, it was almost like, it was basically full when I introduced it. I might have used it once, and then hopefully you can see that is where I was last update, and this is where I am now. So I definitely have more progress this month than I did prior, but it's still a long way to go, and I think this will be in for maybe like 3 to 4 more months. But it is nice to have a glitter in, and it doesn't really, like, I feel like it just mixes up the nail polishes a little bit. So when I get bored on certain colors, for example this one, I have been loving using this on top to make it just a little bit different. Then next up we have kind of the fun pop of color that I have in at the moment, and that is this green right here. I really love this shade, and it is one that comes from Barium, and it's their Jelly High Shine nail polishes in the shade Kiwi. So it's just this green right here, and I think with this one I just had a goal as well to just get significant, or like enough progress to make a decent line. And if I show you my progress, this is what it looks like, and I do have pretty steady progress. I feel like it's almost exactly the same as the month prior, and I really like this. It's a nice to put on when I'm bored of these kind of more neutral tones, and just have a really bright pop of color on my nails. And I actually also have this on my toes at the moment, and I really like that. So I'm probably gonna rock that throughout summer, although I don't really repaint my nails very often, max like every 1 to 2 months. So I'm not really expecting to get any progress on that throughout this next month. But I do like this, and I think it's going to be a really nice shade to rock in the upcoming summer months. Then the last one that I have been working on over the past month is this polish right here. This is just a lilac shade from Bourgeois, and I rolled this in last update, and I really like this. It is in this shade Peace and Mauve, and it's just a really nice light mauve tone, as you can see right there. And this is my progress lines on this one. I definitely have a lot of progress on this body, bottle, but it does help that the bottle is tapered and it's really skinny up here, so it's definitely going to move slower the further down with the bottle we get. But I'm really happy with the amount of progress on here, and I think that this is another one that I can definitely finish up this year, but it's gonna stay in for a few more months at least. So those were the polishes that I had in the past month, and since I finished that ballet slipper shade from Essie, I'm gonna roll it in a replacement. And the shade I'm rolling in is another barium jelly high shine polish in the shade Coconut, which is a nude shade. It's this one right here. So looking at my starting point, that is where I'm starting, and I'm rolling this in because I feel like it's gonna be a nice replacement shade for that Essie shade, and also I don't really have that many bright shades that I want to pan left in my collection, so that is why I'm rolling in this shade. And although it's gonna make my color wheel quite like neutral, let me see if I can show you. It's literally like these 4 shades that are here plus the one that I'm wearing, so it's quite a neutral shade apart from this, or like a color palette apart from this one, but it is just the shades that I'm panning and want to get out of my collection. So I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna start getting bored of this project because of that, but since I do have pretty steady progress, I think that if I throw in like a bright pink or red throughout this, like maybe once a month, it won't hinder my progress too much. So I think that's what I'm gonna do if I start getting bored with this color palette, because I really just want to get all of these polishes out. And to show you my swatch wheel, if you didn't see it already, this is the shade right here from Essie. It's a very neutral shade and you can't really see much progress, but compared to the actual Essie shade over here, you can definitely see that it's more pigmented and opaque, and this is only 2 layers, so I think it's going to be completely opaque, maybe in 2 or 3 layers, which is going to be nice, and I think it's going to create like a almost like white effect on the nails, which is still going to mix things up a little bit. So when it comes to goals for next month, I don't really have any super specific goals because I don't think I can finish anything up in the next month, but I do want to use up half of what is left in this Essie bottle so that I can finish up in 2 months, because I'm starting to get a little bit tired of this shade and I just want to move it out relatively soon. So I do want to use up half of what is left in here. I also want to continue doing at least the same amount of progress on this one as I have been, so just keeping up the steady pace with this, and like I said, just get at least the same amount of progress. I think that's going to be my second goal. And then to think about a third goal, I think for my third goal it's going to be with the glitter, because I think since the bowl is getting wider right here, I think I might be a bit kind of hindered by that, and I do want to just get some decent progress on it. So maybe, I don't think I can use up half of what is in here, but maybe a third, and if I can push it half, but at least finish up a third what's in here, because then that means that I can roll this out at least in the next upcoming 2 to 3 months. And that, guys, was it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm excited where I am with these polishes, and I only actually have, I think, 1 more polish that I want to bring into this project this year, but I'm so excited to almost be done with all the polishes that I want to pan this year. So yeah, other than that, I really hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.